Hiya, welcome back to Auntie Ange, Agony Aunt. I have been away for a while. I've been a little bit hectic sorting loads of things out. And I've been wanting to come back for the last few weeks to Up and Air, but every time I want to schedule in for a Monday, something happens to pop up, which is quite frustrating in one hand. Because the whole idea of setting this Auntie Ange up is to help people who are going through a relationship, break or partake, or have a sudden loss and don't know where to turn to. Like when I went through upheaval relate split, trying to find somebody to lean on wasn't the most easiest thing, and all I needed was somebody to confirm I'm on the right path and help people to avoid the pitfalls that my ex-partner tried to keep putting me into. But something really struck a chord today, and I thought I must do it on social media because, we're after Christmas now. A lot of people break up over Christmas period. They have the time off, and it's just not easy, and it's not easy for people, because it comes out about the affairs, partners leaving partners, people have been married for years, have gone down the pan, or relationships. But this one struck a chord with me today. I saw it on social media, and it was a bloke, and he has confessed his emotions on social media. And what he's basically put, and I've cut clippets of it, he goes, he never thought he was going to lose his partner. He made out to family and friends that she's crazy at times and blames her mental health issues. He admits he caused some of this mental issues. He has messages his ex-girlfriends, verbally cheated, disrespected her, lied, betrayed her, making her life wanting to end. He's turned family and friends against her. He wasn't there when she had a miscarriage and hasn't really helped out with her son. She finally moves out. She's left him. He admits that he has himself to blame. He wants her to be happy and admits she has an amazing, beautiful person. He hasn't realised what he's lost until she has gone. And I thought, yes, and unfortunately men aren't going to like me to hear this, because I know you're going to say some women are this and but when I've dealt with my friends and they're in a relationship and their ex-partners had children with other people, and they go, oh, I'm going to say Margaret as an example, and my friend's partner stroke husband could be Joshua, and Margaret is his ex-wife or partner, and they go, oh, Margaret was kicking off the other day, this, that and the other. And I always say, what did Joshua do to provoke her? Oh, he hasn't done anything. I went, you're forgetting. They've had so many years together. He knows what buttons to push to upset her. So he must have done something. And if he has, that's not very good, because he shouldn't keep poking the lioness. He should now leave her be, because he should be having a happy life with you. And a couple of days later, I get a phone call off my friend and going, yes, Joshua, remember these names are all mixed up, has wound Margaret up, this, that and the other. So you see, that's why I always say, always look at the bigger picture. Don't always accuse somebody's ex being psychotic. So going back to this message that I received, I should say, sorry. So he's made out to his family and friends that she's a nutter. Now, I come out of a long-term relationship many, many moons ago, and I can relate to that, because there's a scene with my ex-partner, and he would go, oh, she lost her rag the other day, and da-da-da, oh, and she's a right nut job. And I just let it go by. And then one day, we goes to visit my father-in-law, and he likes his beer, And he comes out with it. Now, I can't remember what happened, but I can remember the body language from it all. And he says, "Oh, you did so and so to my son." I went, now, did your son tell you what he did to me first? And he went, "No." And I'll always remember this because we were in the pub and my ex-partner put his hands in his pockets, his jeans, and his head down was like this. I went, "Well, I tell you what your son did to me for me to react that way." And then once I turned around and said to his father what he did, his father then looked at him and went, "Well, I don't blame her for what she did." So, and that is why I always listen to another side of a story before I cast an opinion. Because you don't know. You can never believe what the first person is always telling you. And so he did that. So from this is a lot from my own experience. Now, the mental health issues could be from a variety of things. It could be because he's triggered it, because she knows he's cheating on her. She knows he's doing this. He's lied to her. He's convinced her that she's a nutter. And there's nothing worse when you know you are right and somebody tries to convince you you're wrong. So, again, I give respect for the bloke to admit it. And I love to hear from some women out there go, "Actually, yeah, my ex-partner, I knew he was having an affair and he kept denying it," or "What have you gone through?" Disrespected her. Well, it gets to that. Betraying. And he made her feel like she was worth nothing. And from what I've seen from the picture, she's an absolute stunner. He should have been really appreciated, because if she's an attractive lady and got a golden heart, you're on a double whammy there. So, but then beauty comes in within. Making her life end. Yeah, so he's turned the family friends against her. I had that. I had it where people I haven't even met, that he's come across through his friends who tell his friends. I had that with my ex. It's only because when I got talking to people and they go, "Oh, you're Angela," and I go, "Yeah, Angela," confused, and they go, "Oh, we heard about you. You're nothing that you come across." So, and I think it really made him realise when she moved out. Well, women do. Women will take so much and then they go, "Do you know what? I've had it." So he's realised she's beautiful and she's nice and he's had the decent thing to wish her happiness. And by the sounds of it, he does want to win her back. So if you want to win her back, and I have dropped this person a line, just be there. If you've really destroyed a woman through your stupidity, then my advice is you got to just be there. And don't nag her. Don't be in her face. Don't do this. And you've got to now move mountains. You've got to prove to her that you're not going to cheat. You've admitted that you've made her look a loony. So now, that's with the family, the friends, they're looking at it a different light. But even though you have admitted it, when your family and friends of your side cast an opinion on you, that still hurts. So, and it all to me is, don't do anything cruel. Don't do anything spiteful, because she hasn't gone, "Oh yes, after 2 months, come back into my life for 2 weeks," and you're getting irritable because she hasn't come back. Prove to her it is going to take time. You're going to have to take her out on dates. You're going to have to show her, back to square one. And eventually time can heal. She'll never forget it, but she might forgive you. So how many other people have done that? How many of you have gone, "Actually, I've actually been a complete and utter douchebag to that woman and she didn't really deserve it." And if you can actually admit that to somebody, that is the first step forward. And there's another scene where I have the rocky relationships, isn't it? You can't live with somebody, you don't want to be with them, but you can't live without them, so you tolerate each other. And I always say, but you can end up still being friends. But then that bloke doesn't like that woman in another relationship. Like my friend's son, he doesn't really want to be with this woman, but he doesn't like the idea of somebody else having her. Again, I had that with my relationship. He didn't really want to be with me, but he didn't like the idea of somebody else having me. And it's only because I broke the chain that moved things forwards. So, it's quite a complex life out there. But I just feel sorry for women that are stuck in this relationship where the bloke doesn't really want you, but they don't want anybody else to have you. Because, again, they're not treating you right. So, I will be doing a lot of #relationships. I'm so pleased that this gentleman has admitted that he's made a mistake. And I think that is the first step forward, was when you make a mistake. That's it. Unfortunately, when my relationship ended, after 15 years of being with this gentleman, well, I won't call him a gentleman because he's far from a gentleman, it was reasonable. Yes, another woman was involved in it, that she made me finalise going, well, her or me, and he couldn't make his mind up, so I started to go forwards with my life, because I'm not putting up with another woman. I'm selfish that way. I like it to be on me. And then obviously we split up in the August, and by the following year, March, he kind of hinted that he wasn't happy. But, that song that Give Me a Little Time to think it over, and he wanted his space, so she allowed it, but at the same time she had her space and realised that she doesn't want him anymore. And that happened with me. My ex-partner hinted, and I says, no, it's best thing, it would have been March time, I think, so long ago. And I said, no, it's the best thing you ever did, is let me have my space and my freedom, because I enjoyed it. I enjoy coming and going when I like. And that's when he turned to be a demon and made my life hell, and tried to get me arrested and have social services on my door and reporting me to the school as an unfit mother. So then the school supervising me and watching me. And I had years and years of this. To a point I was white flagged. So these are the things, if these are things you like to get to know more of, I'm quite happy to open up and talk to you about it, how I handled it, how I dealt with it. It frustrated him because I'm a strong character of a person. Some people say feisty, but I class feisty as different. To me, feisty is your Jeremy Kyles where they're arguing at each other. I'm a bit more, my feistiness is I would challenge you on what you come out with. I would challenge your behaviour, as in, do you think that's respectable behaviour? Do you think you should be like that? What do you think are the consequences if that happened? What would you think happened? Like when he sent the social, for example, when he sent the police to my door, he was hoping that I'd be, no, get that hand, you can see it back, at the police officer, and I didn't. I said, hello, what can I do for you? We hear that you're supposed to damage your ex-partner's car. Oh, okay. How? So then, these are the things I will relate to you even more. And I'll tell you some funny things that I did to him as well via text, when I had a text off him, and I'll get, I'm going to send the boys in blue round to me. And I would always reply, well, can you make sure he's a fit copper, because the one that you sent round the other night, he's a single bloke, and I might pick up the courage to ask him out. Or I'm going to send the men in white jackets to you. And I would reply, well, that makes a change from the boys in blue then, doesn't it? And these are the things that I want to interact with you with. I would like you to say, Auntie Ange, I've had this ex from my ex-partner. What can I do? I find it. And I will give you witty comments on how to handle it. And I tell you now, it works. It works as a trait to be witty back. They hate it, especially if you left a narcissist. They absolutely hate it. and things like that. So I have a ton of it all. And don't, whatever you do, take the bait. So I'm going to leave you on that note. This is unfortunately pre-recording because I've got things happening at 6. But if you drop me a line after 6 o'clock, I will check the comments out, your opinions out. If there's anything I can come and guide you with, I will. I'll come in and interact with you. And even though you feel like crap at the moment, if you've just gone through a breakup, time it will heal. And if you're left one that's giving you a hard time, drop me a line. I can give you some wit to send off. On that note, have a lovely evening, and I will catch you again soon. Ciao.